shirt. It's the only shirt to wear in Florida.
Hey y'all, what's going on? Thanks for being here. You guys having a good day?
Yes.
Cool. Well, yes, I'm sure you heard the spiel from Colin and how this works. Sorry that we can't be just down there hanging with you guys, but you know, COVID and all that. So it's the best we could do. But appreciate you guys coming out. I guess we'll start by, you know, just whoever wants to raise your hand, ask questions. We'll go through questions for a while, do the pictures, have a good time. Josh, right? How you doing, bud?
Hi.
Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for interesting to know. So who wants to kick it off? Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Yes.
So I know you guys have done quite a few anniversary tours. Is that something you guys are going to continue to do? Because I really want a Black Lines tour.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about it. I imagine we'll definitely do something for each album. I don't think.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know what makes the most sense. What's that?
So it may not be the full album.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Again, we haven't like talked about it as a group, so I don't know what the plan is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 2 years.
Yeah,
from
we
now.
don't know.
Neither do I. That's why I asked.
2 years from now would be the Monsters in the Closet, you know, 10 year, and then I'm sure we'll do at least some shows or maybe a tour, whatever makes sense, and then just kind of keep
Okay.
going from there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Who else? Well, yeah.
What was the first concert each one of you went to?
You want to start, Kevin?
I'm trying to think. Could have been like, I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of local bands, but I think the first like out of town band might have been something corporate. I think they came through Floyd's 2002 or 1 or something like that.
Good times.
That's a good one.
The first concert I didn't want to go to was a band called Moody Blues.
Okay.
But I think the first one I went to down in Tallahassee was Fall Out Boy.
Okay.
That
Sweet.
was before I knew who they were. I was like, wow, this is pretty tight. Wait, I take mine back. I know what it is though. It was that sort of 71. They came.
Yeah, that's one of the first, I think the first show I went to as well. SR71 was with 9 Days in American High Five. That's the one. Old Mitch Allen.
Yeah. There was a radio fest in Atlanta. Well, it was the Atlanta Motor Speedway, which really is not in Atlanta. But I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that has to be the first thing, which is a crazy show to go to for like a first concert. This is like 50,000 people, and it was all 90s bands, so it was like in 99, and yeah, like Silverchair played. It was like Sugar Ray, Offspring. Jake, you were there too, right?
I was there. I'm realizing that was.
Yeah.
I lied to you all. The first concert I wanted to go to was the same concert he went to, but we didn't know each other.
No, we didn't. But and I feel like I was maybe, I don't know, maybe I was like too young to go to that even, because there's a lot of flashing going on. People passed out, like in like too drunk and throwing up. It was like, as a kid, it was kind of scary. Yeah, that was an awesome show though.
Alex?
Yeah, I think the first one that I went to was They Might Be Giants. It was in Tallahassee at a venue that we played called The Moon.
Yeah, the moon.
Right on. What's up? Hey, Alex. Sorry, it's kind of hard to hear you.
I think he wants the meaning of hard to be religious.
He says he doesn't understand the cult. He asks me all the time about that.
Oh, yeah.
He watches YouTube videos all the time.
Nice. Well, thank you, first of all. How old are you?
Ooh, good question.
6? Holy cow. Have you been to a concert before? Cool. Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for coming back out. Yeah, so that video, okay, I guess, so pretty much the way, there's a couple different ways it can work, but for the most part, we'll have different directors who make music videos. we'll send over treatments, which are basically like ideas of the video. Could be this, or could be this, or whatever. And that was one that I forget who even directed that video, but that he came up with this idea of this cult and the whole concept, and we thought it was cool. And we kind of took it and we changed some things about it and wanted to kind of tie it together into, so it's the Target Religious video and the Piece of Your Heart video are like I forget which one is first in the story. But it's basically just, it's pretty vague, I guess, but maybe it's kind of a symbolism for the cult is kind of like a, you know, old school way of looking at things, and then you have the young folks sort of rebelling against that. And that's pretty, I don't know.
It's hard to explain.
The new record label,
Yeah.
that was it.
Hopefully that was somewhat helpful, but I don't even know if I really understand it, to be honest, so, yeah. But thank you, good question. Cool. Yes.
Okay, so I was wondering, I bought a ticket for an online concert. I think it was 2020, Sunnyland concert, full album. I was wondering where that concert is. I mean, where can I find it? I feel like I need it.
Did you watch it?
I watch it, yeah,
Okay.
but I mean,
Where can you see it again?
yeah.
As of now, I don't think that,
It's currently in the vault.
right, I don't
But
think
we
it's
may
like,
bring it out again.
yeah, I don't think it's available anywhere, but that could be, obviously we have it, you know, recorded and everything, so that would be a cool thing to, I don't know, put online. But yeah, we'll talk about it and see what happens. Yeah. But thank you, I appreciate it. Josh, what's up?
Who is the girl in the Oh Well Oh Well music video? And what was the inspiration behind making the music video anime with Derek faking his own death and the Umbrella Man out to kill him?
Yeah, so, you know, gosh, it's been so long, but basically, you know, for the self-titled album, we kind of created this story. Well, okay, so going back even further, for Less Than Romantics, there was the faceless umbrella guy. That was just, the artist kind of came up with that. We thought it was cool. We went with it. But everybody would always ask us, like, what's the deal with that guy? Like, what's the story, whatever. And so we wanted to kind of create a story that explained where he came from. And
Vaguely.
very, very vaguely. Yeah. And so we kind of, and again, it's been so long, but we wrote out this idea where basically it was like these faceless dudes were like after me or something, and so I had to like fake my death to get them off my back or whatever. But then this girl like didn't. It was kind of like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. She didn't realize it was fake.
Okay,
Whatever.
there, yeah.
Gosh, it's been so long. I'm trying to remember. And then I think the idea of it was going to be that I like became the umbrella.
I don't think.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't really remember, to be honest.
I know it
but
tied in with the Valdosta EP because the girl is the same girl from the cover that.
right. So it ties into the Stay video.
Right, in the Stay video.
And then that's where, yeah. But I think what happened was we planned out this like concept for this video, and then realized like if we want to actually shoot this thing like in real life, it's going to be crazy and cost so much money and be like way too hard for us to pull off. And so we looked at doing it animated because then it's easier to have all that action and
Special
everything
effects.
happening without actually having to do it in real life. So that's pretty much, as far as I can remember, the story there. Is that right? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Right on, right on, yeah. Right on,
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
But thank you. Yeah. What's up?
What made you decide that like then was the time to do your self-titled album? You'd already had like 2 EPs and a couple albums.
Yeah, I think it was basically, so with Less Than Romantics and Anywhere But Here, you know, we had only been a band for a couple of years, and we were all, you know, I was 19 when we started this band, we were really young, and I feel like we hadn't really figured out a lot of, like Less Than Romantics kind of, you know, we kind of gained a lot of traction and steam or whatever, like pretty early on. And then, you know, Jason left the band, and And we did. Then we were upstream to a major label, to Atlantic Records,
And they wouldn't let us do what we wanted to do.
Right, we were kind of thrown into this whole, major label machine thing where they want you to jump through all these hoops and kind of make all these compromises, for the music. And we went along with it, and then like afterwards, kind of realized like we don't want to. So I feel like for the first 2 albums, we were just kind of like not like lost, but just we didn't really know. We weren't on the same page with like, what are we doing? Like, what do we want out of this, And then after we recorded more of it here, we kind of all talked, like for the next album, let's just go back to making the music that we want to make, not trying to make some like label A&R guy happy. And it was a much more kind of focused thing. And then, so the self-title just kind of felt like a nice representation of like, we've kind of figured out who we are and this is it or whatever, but.
And I think it's just cool that any band that has a self-titled album, I don't know, it's just always a cool concept to have that. And you got to put it in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's gotta be good.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be
Hopefully
good.
be good, yeah.
I think we got pretty close.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Thank you.
It's pretty
What's
good.
up?
So a follow-up to that question, what would you guys say is has been your favorite album to record?
To record, like the recording
The one
process
that you're
itself,
most proud
or
of.
Probably this one for me, honestly.
it's probably this one for me too. It's probably self-titled, I think. Yeah, that's hard to say,
There's pieces of each record that are always a joy to record. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint.
Yeah.
I really love the process of Black Lines, but I mean, I love that record, but then also the process too was really cool. Where we were, we're recording in this massive church and living on site in a separate house. It was out like in the middle of the woods for the most part. It's not the what's that? It's not the Adirondacks right there. What is that? The Catskills.
Catskills.
Yeah, Catskills. So it was really close to Woodstock, New York. It's where we were. So yeah, it's a really nice area. Everything about that, vibe-wise, was just a lot of fun.
We also had the beards.
Beards help a lot. Yeah. Did you want to chime in, Alex?
Favorite record to probably Black Lines too. Yeah, I mean that was the whole process was Brooks summed it up really well. Being up in upstate New York, and when we got up there, it was the end of winter, so snow was still on the ground, and then we saw spring kind of roll in. We're just out in the more like rural area, seeing that was really beautiful. And I don't know if it was made clear, but we recorded in like an old church that was kind of like a converted Victorian home that, I mean, was definitely haunted on top of it. And so it was just a really picturesque process, and yeah, that was easily my favorite.
Mike Sapone, the guy who produced that record, is an awesome dude, really good friend, and made the experience a lot of fun as well. But, yeah. What's up?
So I'm from Ocala. I was wondering if in the song Miserable at Best, you guys sing Ocala is Calling. I was wondering if there's any backstory to that.
Yeah, so it's actually not about the town of Ocala. It's sorry, I know that's a bummer, it's a letdown, but there's a street in like the west side of Tallahassee called Ocala Street, and at one point a handful of us lived on that road, and that's what the line is. But it can also be about the town. Yeah.
If you want refunds, it's totally fine.
What's up?
We have a question for Alex. What's your
Favorite guitar solo to play live? Honestly, I really like the solo in One of Them Will Destroy the Other. And it's really fun to play live because it involves like a lot of weird sounds and stuff. So it's a little different from, say, like Black Cat or something like that. But yeah, that's probably my favorite.
It's a good question. It's a good one.
I think mine is Happy Endings. I have, but whatever.
Having happy
Well, one.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That one's, there's a bunch of goodness in that one. Thanks, Alex.
Stories that haven't ended yet.
What's up?
So I know that Jason Lancaster announced last year that he was getting back together with Go Radio. They were writing music again, and I saw that you guys sometimes get together at like bars and randomly will play together. Is there anything like that planned for the future? Maybe a tour with Go Radio? Have you guys talked about it?
We'll be seeing him in Texas on this tour, so if there is any talks of anything, it would probably be that night that we talk about it.
Yeah.
Currently nothing in the works.
Yeah, other than us just like reconnecting, because like for many, many years we didn't really see him or talk, and then the last few years we have, and I think when we hang out with him, yeah, like next week or whatever, that'll be, as far as I know, the first time that the whole band has hung out with him since the Fearless Friends tour back in like 2010. So that'll be really cool. I've talked to some of the, when Go Radio got back together, I was saying that, you know, it would be awesome to tour with those guys. They're obviously all really, they have other jobs and busy lives, and I'm not sure if they're ready or trying to tour right now. But I think that would be really cool to tour with them again, so hopefully it happens. All right, cool. What's up?
I just want to know, like, thoughts and feelings on Warped Tour. Like, you guys miss it?
Oh man, I mean, probably depends on who you ask, but I miss it so much. I would have loved to keep, you know, we pretty much run the cycle of doing it every other year for a long time, and I would have loved if that continued. There's nothing else like Warped Tour. There's no other experience that really has the same atmosphere and vibe, and the amount of friends, old friends and, you know, new friends that you make on the tour, and yeah, some of the best summers in my life. Warped Tour for sure.
Yeah, I mean, rock definitely needs a tour like that. So it'd be nice.
And honestly, yeah, I feel like that's like proof that the demand for something like Warped Tour is still absolutely there.
I was gonna say even Sad Summer though.
Sad
Summer.
yeah.
Sad Summer.
Sad Summer's great.
Oh, not 2020, this one, not last one. It was a non-banger.
Oh, that
what?
was a
It was a
nightmare.
non-banger.
It stormed.
It's
Oh,
stormed.
I was there. I was here. I was supposed to play, but then yeah, the whole thing got. They had to cut most of. I think it was just the main and story and All Time Low that played, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I was supposed to play at that, but
Sad
just
face.
watched instead, and that was cool too.
Big sad. Truly.
What else do we have? Don't be shy. What's up?
What's like your comfort song to play live? Like, what's the one that just really makes you feel like you're at home when you're on the road?
Mine is When You See My Friends.
Aw.
Cool.
Skip.
Like anytime anything like weird is, if there's anything like, most of the time I think we're pretty happy people. If there is anything that like kind of has you a little bummed out, or something's going weird with the show or whatever, when you play a song like Jamie All Over or like Jersey or Oh Well, or a song that like, you know, the energy's just really on point and people are singing, and it's really hard like not to have a great time when that's all going on. So any song like that is just like gonna be smiles and happy, even if there's like something weird going on. But yeah,
That's my answer.
that's what Jake wanted to say.
Same. And also because they're super comfortable to play, you know.
Yeah.
So that makes it more fun and feel, I guess, what you're saying, maybe more at home.
We play them at every show, so like you can play them without even thinking about it. You know? Do you have anything else?
Yeah, Jamie All Over for sure. I mean it's probably one of the easier songs to play, and because of that, I don't have to be stressed about, you know, playing it. And a big thing that I've realized is like it's really important to get to be comfortable on stage, to just figure out to not try and overexert yourself. Like you know, just the first and foremost thing is just to get comfortable and kind of have your bearings. And Jamie All Over is the perfect song for that, because I can just focus on on getting used to the space and everything, and then usually after that the show is, it kind of gets in place for sure for me.
Sweet. Was it Alex or Felix? Alex. Okay. What's up, Alex? Dang, how about that, Alex?
That's very sweet of you to say that. For me, I mean, it's just practicing, really taking practice seriously, and especially practicing to a metronome for any musicians out there. That's the biggest thing. And appreciating the grind of what practice is.
Yeah, and I approach guitar differently than Alex. Alex definitely studies and plays constantly, and I'm a little bit more passive with it. But I suppose the best way for like someone young to excel faster, I think the most important thing is to just learn the major scale, front and back, and know it like the back of your hand. And then really that applies to every time you pick up a guitar. You should be knowing, where you're at position-wise, in a song, or and you think that you got to learn all these different scales, which is great to learn, but you don't necessarily have to. As long as you know those 8, notes, it transfers across all music, and actually is the same thing as the minor scale, just starts in a different position. So like, as a young player, learn that first and foremost.
Alex, do you
You'll go
play
far.
guitar? Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I do.
Sweet.
Cool. What else? Yeah.
I recently became obsessed with the Midwest emo scene when you guys toured with Mom Jeans back at Sad Summerfest 2019. I was wondering if you guys have any favorite bands from that scene or any bands that you like or recommend.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like any of the ones that pop into my head right away are all ones that I'm sure. Like Knuckle Talk and like Real Friends.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any
More like American football, stuff like that, or people from the Midwest.
old school.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys have any? Yeah. The Midwest, like kind of emo. Like I feel like the Wonder Years, even though they're from Philly, right? I feel like I kind of rope them into that like style or sound or whatever. But I don't really know how you define the.
It's gotta have the noodly guitar and
Tiny moving parts.
tiny moving parts.
Would pop be a part of that?
Usually, like high vocals and hard-hitting drums.
Yeah.
It's usually not touched very much as far as the sound goes.
Have you ever listened to Weatherbox?
No.
Check out Weatherbox. That's a great band that's like not super well known that I think would maybe kind of.
They're good.
You can tell that Alex means that by the laugh.
No, they are. But I like them, but
I'm just teasing. No, yeah, Weatherbox. Check them out. That's probably the only suggestion I have that maybe you haven't heard of, but yeah, great band. One word, Weatherbox. Yeah. Cool. What's up?
First of all, I want to say the new album is amazing.
Thank you.
Yay. What's your favorite songs of the new album?
There's a handful that I like a lot. First ones that kind of come to mind: Golden Days, Think of You, Heaven, One for the Rocks, One for the Scary.
I'm drawing a blank on the song.
Angels Die Too is the music.
Cool. I like that one a lot too. I hope that at some point we'll get a chance to. I'm sure we will at some point get a chance to play it. That'll be neat. That'll be cool. You guys have any others?
Yeah, Bad at Love, Sideways.
Yeah, I like Sideways.
Think of You, and then whatever the hell we named your song, Jeremy, the heavy one. Like, what do we call it?
If my ghosts don't play, I don't play.
There you go. Something that doesn't correlate to any lyrics in the song.
keep them on their toes.
You know, that really messes us up too. Because I'm trying to think of names like Lucky Twice. Like that's not what we call it.
Yeah. How about that? Yeah, what's up?
Question. What song, when you guys were writing or recording, did you guys not expect to like take off? That really surprised you guys? You're like, wow, that was really popular, and we didn't think so.
Miserable Best for sure.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest one that we, you know, it was kind of a, not like an afterthought, but it was, yeah, there was this like piano idea that we were like, oh, that's kind of cool, and it wasn't even like fully written until pretty soon before I think it was just a verse and a chorus, and then while we were in the studio, we kind of finished it up and tracked it and didn't think much of it really, but then now it's like probably our, you know, one of our top two like most successful songs, and that's definitely the biggest example I can think of a song like that. Anything else?
I agree with that.
Yeah. Cool. What's up?
People probably already know this, but how did you come up with the name Mayday Parade for your band?
I wish there was a like super interesting story, but we were a band for a few months without a name. In fact, technically the first show we ever played, we didn't have a band name yet. We only had 3 songs written. We played in Bluntstown, like tiny little town for like, I don't know, 10 people or whatever, and we just played those 3 songs and we didn't even have a band name yet. And so for a while we kind of bounced around a bunch of different band names, and Jake was like, I like the word Mayday, we should use the word Mayday somehow. And then I think Alex was like, how about Mayday Parade? And we were like, that's good enough. And
It really was, that's good enough.
That's good enough.
that's pretty much it.
I think at that point we were tired of just running through names and arguing with each other,
Right.
which would be a recurring theme in this band.
Right.
So we just settled on something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's up?
Okay, you said that there are songs that make you feel homey that you enjoy to play. Is there a song that you guys play that emotionally hits you that it's kind of difficult for you guys to play?
Center of attention.
That's a good, yeah, I do. That is, if I had the least favorite song to play, it's probably Center of Attention.
Looks Red, Tastes Blue for me is always difficult.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, I get by pretty good.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to know like how much to like share.
Right, no,
but,
yeah.
So I don't know. Forgive me if this is like way too personal, but like I went through a divorce last year,
Okay.
and so some of the like super and like literally some songs that we play, I wrote about my wife. You know, so like some of that is a little tough to play. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a big hug.
Anyways, what else we got? What's up?
What was the inspiration behind A Shot Across the Bow?
Ooh.
That was Jake. It's an angry, just an angry hate song about somebody. I don't know.
I was trying to tap into my old relationship that I had, basically the same one that 3 Cheers, 5 years is about. And she basically ripped me apart, and I was just like, I really like the band Save the Day at the time. I was like, really like listening to it, and they always had these like positive, uplifting songs.
Yeah.
The lyrics were so just negative, so mean,
Very
sounding
dark.
or whatever. Yeah, very dark. I was like, I kind of want to just do something like that, but then just talk about my ex from a long time ago.
We love that.
It was fun, like 5 or 6 days.
Cool. Any last one before I think we're about to wrap it up? But you guys have anybody want to get the last question in? Oh, sorry. Yeah. What's up? Favorite piece of music equipment? Well, for me, I'll let you go. For me, it's the acoustic guitar. It's the Taylor Grand Auditorium 813 CE 850. I don't know. 814 CE. Is that what it is? I love that guitar. We bought one like for the band probably I don't know 8 years ago, 10 years, I don't know. And so I bought one of them. I think a handful of us ended up buying our own version of that guitar for a home. But that's for me. How about you?
Mine's probably the Sam's amp foot pedal.
Sweet.
Just having some distortion. It's just a good pedal.
It's good stuff.
A drum kit.
Beatles. SJC.
Yeah, SGC. Yeah, of course. That's
SJC.
that's who I've been playing for a long time. They take care of me. They're fantastic drums.
Your right cymbal. You like the right?
I like my ride cymbal, not the right.
No,
It's
you like
on
your
the right.
Your right cymbal.
Yeah, it's a 22-inch Z custom medium dark or sharp right something.
There you go.
Yeah, it goes. Psh.
Y'all got it. Anytime. My guitar I've had since I was 13, and my mom bought it for me like forever ago when I was first learning to play guitar. And so it's kind of weird because I thought that, you know, it can't be that great of a guitar, but it's a Fender Telecaster. It's kind of hard to mess up. I'm thinking, and I keep going through other Teles trying to find another one that sounds like it, and I can't. Even if I try and get like the same year and model, like they sound different. I mean, of course, there's a lot of different components that could make that happen. But I thought I got it in like '98, so I thought it was like a '98 model, but it's a '91 Tele. It's a U.S. standard, and it's awesome.
Sweet.
My old amplifier, well, I don't use it anymore. We use Kempers, but my old amplifier is a Marshall JCM 800 from 1981, which is I think the first year that they made them like that. But we don't use it anymore, so it's pretty much a brick at my house. But but I really like that piece of equipment.
Sweet. Well, thank you guys for your questions. Thanks for being here. Colin's gonna tell you what to do next.